Okay, so you left out some names from the Bible
Okay.
because I don't know why you didn't read those parts, but
What I leave out?
you left out like the Pope. Seems like a pretty big deal.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
he's a church leader. I don't know why you didn't read that verse. You also left out archbishop,
Uh-huh.
which are bishops with back problems. You also left out cardinals
Uh-huh.
and associate pastors
Right.
and exorcists and monks
Right.
and rabbis.
Okay.
So
Where?
where do all those fit in? Why do we have them?
All right.
Or if it goes this direction, why aren't they in the Bible?
Okay. Yeah. So, Pope, not in the Bible.
Okay. He seems like
Archbishop, not in the Bible.
okay.
Was associate pastor, not in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Worship leader.
Worship, not in the Bible. Exorcist. I think you mentioned an exorcist. People were doing exorcisms, but there's not like an office of the exorcist in the Bible.
Okay.
Was there another one that you mentioned?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Oh yeah. No, that's not in the Bible either.
Okay, so why?
Why are they not in the Bible?
Yeah.
Or why are they in existence at all today? I can't tell you why they're not in the Bible.
Okay.
And I mean, so I think, so the development of like, so for example, if we talk about the Pope.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's start with the Pope.
Let's start with the Pope. All right. Now,
because he runs everything.
Right. So, all right. So everything I'm about to say is like, I'm about to get destroyed for.
Is blasphemy.
It's blasphemy.
Okay.
Possibly for some people. Okay. So we think of the Pope and there's like this, the one singular Pope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in early church, that was not the way it was set up.
Okay.
Okay.
There were lots of popes.
Yes, there were many popes. And so they were known as so the idea of Pope is coming from the word that we would say is like father. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so there were all these church leaders in various churches, Antioch, Alexandria, Jerusalem, okay? Around these kind of these hubs of Christianity, if you were.
Okay.
Okay. And
they all had their own popes.
They all had their own popes.
Okay.
Okay. And if you keep going back, even before that, even before they're labeled as popes, okay, keep going back, and what you have is these leaders in these cities, okay, and they're kind of like the Christian leader for that city. So in a lot of ways, it's like what we would think of as like an apostle.
Okay.
Okay. And so you had many apostles or popes, however you want to phrase that, in all these various cities that were helping to lead and to guide the early church.
And then there was a great tournament.
No, there's
where popes came from all across the land.
Yeah, it wasn't like there's
fought each other to be the one true pope.
Yeah, there wasn't like a Pope Hunger Game or something. Okay. No, it didn't exist. And so the Pope, it gets consolidated to the one Pope in Rome because of the centrality of the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Where the government power is there in Rome.
Okay. So the Romans took over the land of all the other popes.
Well,
and then said, "You're not popes anymore. This is the Pope."
I mean, basically, they were like, "No, this is the singular Pope."
Okay,
and so
they just declared it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Pope of all popes.
Okay.
Right. And so that's why you don't have like Pope in the Bible. But I think a lot of it, if you follow kind of through church history, you go, "Oh, well, yeah, those were kind of like apostles or church leaders in those cities, and they took on kind of a spiritual, responsibility and oversight in those cities, and then they were referred to as fathers and referred to as what we call popes. And anyway, so that's how we get
What
there.
about that is controversial?
In the Catholic understanding, the Pope has the Pope has their they're going back to Peter.
Okay.
Okay. And so
Peter?
To Peter.
Okay.
And so everything's going back to Peter. And so the idea when Jesus tells Peter, upon this rock, I will build my church.
So Peter was the first pope.
In their eyes.
According to popes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so as the first leader, but what's interesting is even by Acts 15, although Peter and James and John are always referred to as like pillars of the early church, even by Acts 15, you have James, the brother of Jesus, not the brother of John, but the brother of Jesus, actually standing up and speaking on behalf of all of the apostles and elders. So it wasn't even Peter standing up anymore.
Oh.
And speaking up.
So then James was the pope.
Well, James did become like the overseer of the city in Jerusalem. And what I'm also saying is the idea of the way the Pope presently functions, that's not biblical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because the way the Pope is understood is in both in responsibility and authority is like it's one singular person that's overseeing all of the church.
Okay.
And that was never the way the early church was even set up.
All of every church or just Catholic Church?
Well, okay, but remember...
Or do the Catholics believe they're the only ones that matter?
Yes.
Okay.
In the sense that they believe they're the one true church.
Do they think we're going to hell?
Some do, some don't.
Okay. Well, I think they're going to hell. Not really.
I think it's all about faith in Jesus.
I think the some that do think that I'm going to hell are going to hell.
Okay. Fine.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Again.
Sure.
Okay, so that's the Pope.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so next down from the Pope is exorcists. Right?
No, not exorcists.
Okay.
No, so then you're starting to get into the kind of the world of the archbishop.
Okay.
Bishops, and then cardinals and bishops really kind of begin taking the same name.
Okay.
And then you've got the priest, and then
he's at the church, actually.
And you got deacons.
So all the other ones are at the Vatican.
No, not over Vatican. Like, so all the cardinals, I think a cardinal oversees like 100. I can see oversee over up to 150.
So it's just
congregations.
It's just like corporate structure names.
Correct. That's what I was getting to.
Okay.
Basically, these names were created. These titles were created because of the structure of the organization grew so large.
Okay. And the Pope is the CEO that makes the decisions.
If you want to look at it that way.
Have they gone public? Can you buy shares?
Sure. No, but they'll take your money.
Joseph made a funny on the podcast. All right, so you didn't say exorcists in there, so what are they doing?
The exorcists?
Yeah.
We're in middle age.
They're leaders, right? They shepherd demons out of souls.
Out of souls. So, man, we're getting kind of like some medieval stuff right now.
Never mind.
All right. Yeah.